the ancient land of Persia, where mountains pierced the sky and legends walked among men, a name was whispered in every village, shouted on every battlefield, and sung around every fire. That name was Rostam, the Lion of Iran, the hero of heroes, a warrior not born, but forged. His story began before his first breath. Born to Zal, the white-haired warrior of Mount Alborz, and Rutabe, a princess of royal blood, Rostam's destiny was written in the constellations. Even in the womb, he was too great for the world. Legend says his birth shook the earth, a titan entering the realm of mortals. From infancy, it was clear. This was no ordinary child. He grew swiftly, his strength outpacing that of men, twice his age. By the time he could walk, he could wield a spear. By the time he could speak, his name had already traveled beyond borders. And then came Rakhsh, the mighty horse that none could tame, except the boy with a spirit just as wild. Together, they formed a bond that would shake empires. Rostam and Rakhsh, warrior and steed, flesh and fire as he grew. He was taught the art of war, but also of wisdom, honor, and sacrifice. He did not fight for glory. He fought for justice, for Persia, for the light against darkness. Monsters, demons, traitors, they all fell before his blade. But fame is never given, it is earned. And so came the 7 labors, 7 trials, each more perilous than the last, tests that no mortal could survive. But Rostam was no mere mortal. He faced a giant lion that shredded armies, and he strangled it with his bare hands. He crossed the land of darkness where even shadows feared to dwell. He defeated enchanters, demons, and even a dragon that coiled around the world's edge. Yet in each victory, he grew not only in strength, but in spirit. He was a warrior who fought with purpose, a hero who carried the burden of the world on his shoulders. But the greatest wound he ever suffered came not from a sword, but from fate itself. One day, on the field of war, Rostam faced a young champion, strong, bold, full of fire. The battle was legendary. The ground shook with every strike. They fought like gods clashing above mortal soil. But the young warrior was Sohrab, Rostam's own son. Neither knew the truth, not until blood had been spilled, not until it was too late. As Sohrab fell, gasping for air, Rostam held him. The father who had never known his son now cradled him in death. And Rostam, the unbreakable, the undefeated, the mighty, wept, not as a soldier, not as a legend, but as a father. From that day forward, the fire in his heart burned differently, yet he did not falter, because he knew a hero's duty does not end with grief. It begins there. He returned to service under King Kai Kavas, then Kai Khosrow. He defended Persia from the Iranians. He crushed invasions before they reached the gates. His presence alone inspired men to stand when their legs shook. He was more than a warrior. He was a symbol, a living beacon of Persia's honor, a bulwark against darkness. Where Rostam rode, hope followed. But even legends cannot escape envy. Betrayal brewed in the courts of power. Whispers, lies, fear of his strength. They could not defeat him in combat, so they turned to poison. Rostam was lured into a trap, struck down not by a hero, but by cowards who could never match his blade. And as he fell, the sky darkened, the earth stilled, as if even the universe itself paused to mourn. But listen closely, and you will hear him still. In the pages of Ferdowsi's Shahnameh, in the heartbeats of warriors who fight for goodness, in the soul of every Iranian who knows that honor is immortal. Rostam's sword may have been laid to rest, but his legacy still cuts through time. He is not just a myth. He is a message of courage in the face of darkness, of love that transcends tragedy, of strength that serves something greater than itself. This is Rostam, the lion of Persia, the father of Sohrab, the immortal flame that burns in the heart of a nation.